My dear friend, I am Vijay Kumar Pal, an author. I have written so many books. So we are discussing about the Kashmir, how the Kashmir was devastated by the Islamic goons. Goons means gunda. Yes, every true Muslim is the Islamic goon. That is gunda, because according to Islam, he is goon. Then if Allah patronize him as a goon or the gunda, that every true Muslim is the goon. Because Islam allows the killing, rapes, and the looting of the wealth of the non-Muslims. This is the real Islam. What is the real Islam? Real Islam is the terrorism, Goonism. So what cause of the terrorism in the Jammu Kashmir? Cause of terrorism. This is my some book, Lost Paradise Kashmir. You will purchase it. Now, main part is that why the people are doing Islamic jihad against kafirs in Jammu and Kashmir. Terrorist Islamic, this land of Jammu Kashmir belong to the Muslims. This perception is totally false. Because it is questioned that Vedic Sanatan culture older than any cult, including Islam. Islam has originated by only few hundreds years ago, 1410 or 12 years ago. When Muhammad Sahib was 40 years old, he was born in Makkah in a non-Muslim family. Even his family members were not Muslims. Because at that time even Prophet and Allah had no link, and Allah and Prophet were not introduced new cult to their followers. So Muhammad Vigd was the Rasul of Islam in 610 AD. He was born in Mecca in 570 AD and died on June 8, 632 AD in Medina. At that time, even Prophet might not be known as India, because first attack by Muslims invaders in 700/712 AD by Muhammad bin Qasim. The Muslim invader after the death of 8632 of the Muhammad Sahib, not the 32, yes, 632. Almost 78 years, almost 78 years. So this is clear that Muhammad Sahib and the Muslim were not known to India, even though the Greeks were in contact of India. Because Alexander Philip or the Sikandar attack on the India 326 before Christ. At that time, even Christianity was not prevailed in the world. Then how Kashmir is the land of the Muslims? This is a great fraud and the lie which is spreading by these terrorists. And were or I fighting for Muslims? This holy land of Kashmir, the land of Rishi Kashyapa and Jammu by a Hindu king. Kashmir was encroached by the violent Islamic saint and bloodthirsty sword of the barbaric Sikandar Butsikan and the Sahamir. Last queen was the Kota Rani. So this is the land of Sanatanic Vedic Hindus. These all terrorists of the Jammu and Kashmir are either Hindu ethnics or the even Hamadani, a Sufi saint of Iran who came to India in Kashmir, was ethnic Zoroastrian. This is the real facts, that those were coward Hindus, Jews, Christians, Zoroastrians, Buddhists and other were converted into Islam for fear of the death. All converted Muslims are the descendants of these coward forefathers. No doubt who are still not converted to Islam are brave. Their forefathers were also braves, irrespective Hindus, Jews, Zoroastrians, Buddhists, and the Christians. It may be some people embraced Islam which allow kill the non-Muslims. This is the question mark to their integrity as they embrace Islam. Hence, this is proven fact that these terrorists are fighting against India without knowing only true facts. In context of the Jammu and Kashmir, it has to be told that before Islam in Arab land, mostly Jews and the Christians were the resident of this land, including Israel and the resident of this and all Arab countries. In Africa, Egypt, Libya, and some part of the Sudan, then primarily this land of the Jews and the Christians. But Islamic jihadis are fighting for that this land is ours. How before 610 AD, when there was no Muslim in this land, in this world? How this land can be of the Muslim land? After all, earth is earth and not came from seven skies. Though sky is only space, not roof, where many galaxies are floating due to gravitational force. So this is a great fraud. This Jammu and Kashmir is from inception of Islam belongs to the Muslim only. Really, they are not fighting for Kashmiri people but only for Muslims and Islam. Though these Muslims are converted by force, so now we can say their forefathers were Hindus after threatened with sword or by greed, with sword and money respectively, and molested the women forefathers. Their forefathers were compelled to convert into Islam due to their cowardness or whatsoever compulsion at that time. This is why all surname of Kashmiri Muslim as same as the Kashmiri Hindus, and this is very unfortunate that some terrorists are killing their Hindu brethren due to only violent doctrine against Kafirs. The converted Muslims and Hindus forefather were all Hindus, Buddhist only, and the Buddhist forefather were also Hindus. Hence, it is totally false or a misconception that they were fighting for the right of Kashmiri people. This terrorism is the same disease which causes severe effect to the victims, attackers, because ultimately terrorists have to go to heaven for taking wine for the hand of 72 whores. Means in Islam, earth is not perfect place to live, and their life started after that. This is why they are not afraid of that and destroying the happiness of this world, along with their life also. In only this is not proven fact or misconception. Life of a starts heaven, but not all for Hindus or other. Lives are everywhere and every place. This is why in Vedic culture and religion, it is said to be that all world is our family and all are the creation of this world. May be happy, healthy, not as rape. The Kafir woman as a right hand possess and looted wealth is the property of the Kafir as Mali Ganimat. So if these terrorists are fighting for Kashmiri people or the Kashmiriyat and the culture, then it is a great fraud because the culture of the Kashmir is Vedic culture and Muslim radicalization distorted the Vedic culture since 14th century after last Hindus Queen Kota Rani. So these converted Muslims from Vedic religion had distorted the Kashmir's Vedic culture and religion. However, their forefathers were also Hindus. So these converted Muslims are our brother due to blood relation and have the same deoxyribonucleic acid DNA. It is very amazing that these converted Muslims, whose forefathers, including women, were persecuted and molested respectively, and converted Muslims and Hindus, forefathers were the real brothers and the sisters, but Islam makes a breach among Hindu and Muslims. Converted Muslims rather now became trench. It is the power of Islam to disintegrate the human and humanity and divide it into two sects, Kafirs and the Muslims. Kafirs are the Wazb Qatal and will go to hell. However, even their deeds are better than any Mu'min. And after killing the Kafir, a Mu'min will go to heaven or the Jannah. This Allah has divided these into sects, whereas Blood DNA theory denied the Allah theory of the Kafirs and the Muslims. So these converted converted Muslims are our brethren. If Hindus are Kafir, that what were the forefathers of the converted Muslims? No doubt they were the Kafirs in the Islamic doctrine. So if these radicalized people are abusing Hindus, they are also showing the disrespect to their forefathers also. So Kashmir is a very, very Hindus land and for human, irrespective Hindus and Muslims. Fighting for Kashmiri people concept the terrorists. This concept is totally wrong or the terrorists cheating with Kashmiri public. If they are fighting for Kashmiri people, then where is the Kashmiri Pandits, Hindus in this theory? Though Hindus have the patriotism and will not for crime, because in Vedic religion culture does not teach it to Hindus for killing an innocent person on the cult's religion basis, as in Islam, who its follower always try to kill the non-Muslims. All verses in this contrast having been given in this book in the previous pages. When the Islamic jihadist says that this is the jihad against Indian government, this fight is not for the Kashmiri people. Because in Kashmir, Hindus, Buddhists, Shia, Ahmadiyas and other are also living. But this is a great fraud that these terrorists are fighting for Kashmiri people. These terrorists are only fight for Sunni Muslims and under the cover of the Salafi or the Wahhabism as in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia also a terrorist country if they follow the true Islam. This is the great taqiyya by Islamic terrorists to wood world that we are fighting for Kashmiri people. Takia means clever tricks to deceive anybody or kafirs for their benefits, for killing, looting or rape against kafirs women. These Islamic radicalized people have created also a problem in Russia by Chechens, Muslims and creating more problems in other countries as in France. And for Israel, they are saying that Israel Jews had captured our holy land. All of us knows that Judaism, the Christianity are much older cults than Islam. So these terrorists are fighting for only their vested interest with the stupidity of the Ziyad and having a myco conception of the Ghazwa Hind. When Quran theory of creation in 6 days not correct. All details as below. According to Quran, earth is stable and not moving. In real, earth is moving. Remark on stupidity number one, that Quran ideology is not correct. Prophet Muhammad Sahib went to heaven on Burak animal. There is no such type animal in evolution theory. Quran has some difficulty regarding this fact as it is true or false. Earth is flat according to Quran, but earth is round or a bit oval on the poles. Remark, Quran concept does not match in this context. There are seven skies and roof according to the Quran. Sky not a roof, but is only space, and there are no seven skies. Remark, this concept of Quran is not true. According to the Quran Majid, Allah made pair all living creatures. It is not true. Some living animals are the bisexual in nature, means both sex in the same body, as earthworm, leech, starfish, tapeworm are male and female both in one, also known as hermaphroditic, are found in plants also. Remark, Almighty Allah did not describe in the Quran Majid. Burak animal speed was the equal to the speed of light to discovered by Quran. The speed of light in Venard or measured by Danish astronomer in 1676. Another link of the measured by Albert Einstein in 1905. If this 1945, if this details according to Moments, why they never told to the scientist that the speed of light has been discovered. Remark, this yet to be proved of this claim of the Moments. According Quran, creation of universe from Adam and Eve and in 6 days. In real, there is no evidence in this context and the creation of the universe in all books as Bible, book of the Christian, Old Testament, New Testament, and according to the Torah, book of the Judaism. Answer is that there is no evidence in 6 days of the creation and Eve from Adam's rib. All Abrahamican religion cults even did not prove it till date, because evolution theory is nearer to the creation of the life millions and billions years. All plants, herbs, and the serb Allah, Yahweh, Yahweh, God of Islam, Jews, and the Christians, respectively, in one day only. Answer is that it is not true. If all three gods made all plants in one day, that Allah, Yahweh, and Yahweh, then they might be given nomenclature in the plant. Why the botany scientists are doing the research till date means there is a lacuna in the three religions book. It matter of the discuss, though this is not proved by these religion or cults concerned person. Allah enrooted the mountain on the surface of the earth to avoid the flying of the earth. Answer is that the mountains building is very slow process as per evolution theory. In millions years, due to the collision of the tectonic plates of the earth, and due to this collision, mountains creates as Himalaya mountain formed when the two tectonic plates were collided as Indo-Australian plate with the Eurasian plate about 17 million years ago, and Himalaya is the very new mountain to others. Quran is written in Arabic language, and Arabic language no true word for the science as commonly defined in English, Hindi, Sanskrit or other languages. In Arabic, science can simply means knowledge. Quran verse say, behold in the creation of the heaven and the earth and the alternation of the night and day. These are the indeed sign of man understanding. Quran did not open the theory of gravitational force even. And if Allah sides on the sky, there is no medium, no traveling for voice, then how Allah voice comes from sky to down earth? without any medium. There is no description of the pH value in titration in Quran. These examples are given here only for those Muslims, as Lal Topi Stupid Zaid Hamid of Pakistan, a venomous person and the elder brother of Dr. Zakir Naik, due to alike working and thoughts, and they all following the Vedic culture, as there is no case by birth but procession. So these Zaid, Zakir, Hamid, Naik are the same, are seeing towards sky to Ghazwa Hind will come, and their necks are in the greater pain as their vertebrae of neck are in disguise. The Muslims Ummah will win the India, and King India will be tied in chain and taken to Egypt and Abu Huraira etc. So when Allah and Hazrat Muhammad Sahib do not know even that earth is not flat and not stable but is moving, then what is of this concept of the Ghazwa Hind? This fabricated theory and engulfing the lives of the both Kafirs, Hindus and Muslims. Without knowing this, there is only hell heaven present or not. So these terrorists are not fighting for the Kashmiri Muslims, but only for the Kashmiri Muslims, for Kashmir, and want change to the demography of Kashmir by forcible exodus of the Kashmiri Hindu. They are fighting for Muslims because if they are fighting for Kashmiri, then all Kashmiri Pandits have had been forcibly displaced from the valley since inception of the Islam in Kashmir. So this great fraud and cheating that they are fighting for Hindus, they are following the doctrine of the Quran against Hindu Kafirs. So we saw that the war of the Islam against the Hindus was imposed by the stupid Muslims who are following the false book or the false expectation book, that is the Quran. Quran is a totally false, fraudulent book throughout the history, and it is very violent book, or we can say this is the book which is the learning lesson for the Muslims for the crime only, and this is the book of the criminology, not the book of the religion. Thank you very much.